I've been up, well, awake since, I want to say 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock. And then I doom scrolled. I lose so much time to procrastination, sitting around and doing nothing. And why do I do that? And I ask myself every day. I will literally doom scroll, procrastinate, sit around doing nothing until guilt overwhelms me. I finally get up and do stuff, but then of course there's people around and I haven't got time to do a damn thing. And why? Why do I do it to myself? Do you want to know why I do it to myself? Shall I show you why I do it to myself? Because I know the sheer volume of stuff I have to get done in a day is just going to overwhelm me. So I avoid it. Okay, so this is my jobs list. Today, sort out blocked extractor fan, rebook the heating engineer yet again because they have decided to book him on a day I don't work. I assume they think because I'm a woman, I don't work. Well, newsflash, I do. So now I've got to book him again and refit him in, despite already having an appointment where I wasn't working and I was ready for him to come out to do the heating. But there you go. I've got to ring about the water pressure because, well, you turn one tap on in this house, you turn another tap on and all water ceases pretty much. I've got to pay rent, I've got to ring the doctors, I've got to wait in for the builders that are doing the rendering on the outside of the house because they're going to need access to water and electric, and it's too bloody easy for them to let me know the day before they're going to need water and electric. I don't even know if they're actually coming out today, but I've got to wait in just in case they decide to show up and just in case they're going to want water and electric. I've got to wait in for the repairman for the tumble dryer because of the fire that happened with that. So check out the link in the up there, somewhere around, there'll be a link to the whoops, I nearly had a fire video. I've got to get electric. We are on a pay-as-you-go meter. We're on the emergency credit, halfway through that, so I need to go and get some electric. I've got to do the housework. That's going to be the next clip. I'll show you what I've got to do there. I've got to get yard work done, so I'm halfway through sorting out the mammoth, I say halfway through. I'm getting through. I don't even know if I'm a third of the way through, but I've got to sort out the yard work today. I've got to try and get all the rubble into the skip before they take it away again. Make content and edit content. So I've got a massive jobs list, but now let's check out the housework. So we're going to start in the kitchen, given that my jobs list is on the fridge, and this goes back to my Fly Lady days. I'll try and link that as well. I keep my control journal on my fridge. I'm always at my fridge. I'm a chunky person. I like my fridge. So the laundry is mounting up because the dryer is busted, and well, it's just raining non-stop. It's ridiculous. I did take all my bins out because no one was throwing the bins out and we were being overrun by flies and the bin was like overflowing. I just want to interrupt myself here to say that actually not having the bins in the kitchen was working. Everybody was taking the rubbish out every day. And now all of a sudden it's stopped. We just have a bin bag now on the floor. Just take the rubbish out, peoples. This needs sorting out as well, but the whole kitchen needs a repaint, so I've got to scrub that off at some point. But that's going to be part of the deep clean that I'm about a third of the way through that as well. This is wet laundry in here. I was going to put it out on the line today, but obviously it's peeing down with rain, so it's a good job the tumble dryer engineer is coming to fix that. Woody had leftovers for breakfast. He doesn't like the water chestnuts, they disagree with him, but that has still been given to him for his breakfast. He will probably produce the water chestnuts somewhere around the house at some point in the day, and I'll have to clean that up. Why we can't just take them out before we give him his breakfast, I don't know. My towels, there's the flies. My towels are covered in bleach stains. I don't know how or why. I don't like bleach. We don't really have bleach in the house. They're all covered in bleach, so they need to go in the wash where they've been left out on the side. You can see where Pussycat during the night, this is why I didn't want another cat, has been traipsing all over the work surfaces, so I've got to sort that out. I left these in to soak the other day. After Sunday dinner we had apple strudel and it sort of leaked apple strudel goo everywhere, and I left these in to soak Sunday, and Dale did the washing up yesterday. Didn't wash up that pan though. Oh no. Just wash up the pans we need. So I've got to scrub the life out of that pan. We've got a loaf of bread out, but I bet if I go in here. Oh, no, there is still some here. Yeah. Normally that's empty and the bread's just sitting out. I've got all the washing up to get done. I've got the drying up to get done, but I'm going to re-wash this because, as you see, the cat was on the side and I'm worried that the cat has been all over it. See, that's where I soaked that pan the other day. And there's still bits of it in the sink. You can't write this stuff, can you? Laundry saw, I think there's, oh no, there's none in the washing machine. I do have to give the tumble dryer a nice clean because, well, I'm paranoid that the man's going to see the mess of the dryer and think, ugh, heathen, but then I've just put it all out on the internet for all you lovely people to see. So clearly I'm not that worried. Okay, in here, the outside guys have made a total mess of this cable, so I want to clean that down. There is sand all over the floor again, where they're still doing the rendering, and that's all over my feet and annoying the ever-loving poops out of me. Dog bowl needs washing up after his dinner last night. I need to find home for his garlic powder because it stinks. In here isn't so bad. It's untidy. And yeah, I know, the floor needs replacing. It all needs redecorating, and that is going to happen after they put the air source heating in. So it just needs a quick tidy round in here, really, and a quick dust. I've got to go, oh, that's another thing that needs to go on my job list. I'll not show them because people are scared, but I've got to get some food for my babies. At some point, hopefully Alyssa will take her clothes upstairs. Who am I kidding? I'll do it. I'll take them upstairs. Dell brought another mass of toy cars, so they're now everywhere. Although we don't use the dining table, so who cares? Got to put the toilet rolls away. Look how dark that's getting. Is it going to show you? No, you can't really tell. But it is really, really dark out there. All my floors need hoovering. The bathroom's not too bad. It does need its daily clean down because obviously we use it every day. And I don't like it being grufty, dirty. The toilet's quite clean. But again, I'm just going to go around it with the Harpic just to get it shiny. Ooh. We had the guy out to do mould paint the other day, where he scraped all the old paint and mouldy bits off the wall. That's all still over the floor. So yeah, definitely got to give a good hoover. Okay, and in here, I've got a mountain of clean laundry that needs to find its proper home. The bed needs making. Just a general tidy up in here. It's not too bad. The dog needs another bath in his anti-itch shampoo, but it's working, isn't it, pups? You're not quite as itchy, are you, Bubby? No. His flea treatment is really, really working at the minute. We've got him on the garlic powder. He's being bathed in the horse shampoo. He's having his antihistamines because he seems to be having seasonal allergies. It's not just the fleas that get into him, it's seasonal allergies. So his antihistamines as well. He's got his flea tablets that he's having regularly, like every couple of days. He can do that with the tablets he's on. So he's having them every couple of days just to ensure there's no reinfection. And he's also daily being sprayed with his mist stuff, insect repellent stuff. So he's really being combated with the fleas and stuff. But like I say, with those seasonal allergies, he's very itchy and still very sore. So he's also getting coconut oiled. I swear that dog's skin's going to be a better condition than mine. Anyway, I've procrastinated long enough. It's time to see what I can achieve in one day with engineers, builders, and God knows what else there is I have to get done. Let's get started.
My first job is going to be ring the doctors and the landlords before they get too busy.
And so my day begins of fighting the battle of as soon as I try and do one thing, something else comes up. I was literally just about to get on the phone to the housing association and tell them the repairs that need doing, pay my rent and all that sort of thing. But that means being on the phone. The contractors outside have just arrived. So the minute I get on the phone, there's going to be a knock at the door. The dog's going to go absolutely booloo and I won't be able to hear a damn thing. They're going to need me to set up the hose pipe and the electric and all that stuff. And if I set it up now, turn it all on and I leave it out for them so they can get themselves sorted as they need it, they're still going to knock on the door, because it's easier to knock on the door and ask me where it is than it is to look for it where it's normally left and use it. So I'm now going to have to wait for them to get started before I can actually make my phone calls. I'm not going to cry.
I decided before they start that I'm going to get some voiceover stuff done, because once they start, it's going to be too bangy, loud, clangy and disturbed to get the quiet voiceover stuff done. I need to get done. So first step, I'm going to do some editing. I'm not going to let this day get away from me. I'm going to try my damnedest to keep hold of it. So let's do some video editing first.
That last clip was filmed over half an hour ago. They still haven't knocked on the door. They are clearly waiting for me to be on the phone or in the middle of something before they knock. Eon has also arrived, which is odd, but I don't know what they're here for. Guess we'll find out as soon as I get on the phone, eh? I'm not getting on the phone until they've been and gone and done what they need to do. I think I might clean out the tumble dryer instead.
It's at this point I realised I've taken the shower hose off of the mixer taps, and that's what I used to use to rinse this out, because it fit nicely in the gap at the top of the condenser unit there. I know now I'm going to have to use my electric shower, but that's on a really short hose, so I'm just trying to figure out how on earth I can make it all work together. So I do end up holding the condenser unit really close to the shower head. You can't see what I'm doing so well, but you can see the lint and the muck that's coming out of the condenser unit. And that's the best bit, seeing all the ick come out of the condenser unit, I think. I get about 2 minutes into this job, literally 2 minutes into this job, before the second interruption of the day occurs. I literally cannot complete a job. This is why I get so overwhelmed. This is why I don't get a lot done, and this is why I end up procrastinating every single day, because no matter what task I'm trying to achieve, I almost always get interrupted halfway through it, and then I have to switch tabs in my head and do different things. But I get 2 minutes in before this happens.
There it is, guys.
So with one engineer in doing what they need to do and the other guys actually starting outside, they haven't interrupted me yet, I'm just going to carry on with what I'm doing. Now I know they're not trying to deliberately make my day hard. I know the work needs to be carried out, and I know that it's either myself or my landlord that have ordered these jobs that need doing. Still doesn't change the fact though that every single time I try and achieve a task, it gets interrupted. But they're doing their jobs, let's carry on with mine. Someone did tell me once that if the water doesn't run straight through the mesh on your lint trap, it's because it's coked up with like laundry detergent residue or fabric softener residue. And mine is most definitely not letting water through. So I'm going to give it a good wet and dampen. And then I'm going to get some hand soap and just squirt some hand soap all over it. I'm going to rub that in to break down any residue from my laundry detergent or from the, the fabric softener. And then I'm going to give it a good rinse off and get rid of all these little bits of lint, little bits of burnt on lint, and make sure this is really clean, ready to go back in my dryer once the nice engineer man has come and fixed it. Last but by no means least, I need to clean the actual dryer. Now I don't understand, with the lint trap in there, how does lint get past the lint trap? Surely the whole point of the lint trap is to trap the lint. But clearly it doesn't do it. So I'm just going to take a dirty sock. Yes, a dirty sock. And I'm just going to shove my hand down there and use that to get some of this lint out. I'm not entirely sure who came up with the design for washing machines and tumble dryers, but does there really need to be as many hard to reach nooks and crannies as there are on tumble dryers and washing machines? It makes them next to impossible to clean thoroughly and properly. I think we need smoother, sleeker designs without all these weird little plastic ridges for stuff to get trapped in and cause problems. It should be a lot easier in this day and age. We're literally stuck for time. We're having to work as well as clean and live our lives, do our family things, all this. And it really shouldn't take this long to clean a tumble dryer or a washing machine. I think the design needs to change. I might design a washing machine and a tumble dryer that doesn't have nooks and crannies absolutely everywhere. Well, at least someone needs to get it done. And then we could just wipe it down and move on with our day. Like with this little nook that I need a cocktail stick to get the fluff out on. Why? Why is it there? What does this tiny little nook serve a purpose for? Apart from causing me to spend time with a cocktail stick scraping out fluff. I don't get it. Oh, and that little screw hole there, that got full of fluff. Sorry the camera's shaking about all over the place. It's so hard to film in nooks and crannies and clean them too, but hey, at least you're getting some juicy footage of my fluffed up tumble dryer. I've got the majority of the lint and fluff out now, so I'm just going to go in with some Astonish antibacterial cleaner in a lemon scent. Oh, it smells so good. I love this scent. I don't think I'm going to use anything else ever again. Using the damp cloth hopefully should just pick up the last little bits of lint, dust and debris, so the machine is beautifully clean. And it also means I can give the outside of the machine just a quick wipe down. Where the dog and the cat come in from outside in the rain and with the mud, they shake off, and I quite often get mud on the outside of the machine, so I'm just going to get that cleared off too. Alright, that's the dryer finished. Now I'm going to do battle with the kitchen, because obviously the engineer man is going to need to come in here to fix the tumble dryer, and well, he is not going to have much room or much luck getting to it because the kitchen's just horrendously bad. So my first task is always sort through the laundry. I hate it when I put a load of laundry in and then I realise, oops, hang on a minute, you've missed the white sock. Like there, I'd have put the whites load in and then I'd have realised I missed a white sock. So yeah, I always separate my laundry into its respective piles and then I don't miss anything. Or at least that's the plan. It tends not to work all the time, but for the majority of the times it does work. Now, if you check out the top of the screen where I currently am, you're going to see I'm getting the laundry detergent pods ready. I open the bag and I realise at some point the bag hasn't been shut properly. One of the laundry detergent pods has popped and filled the bag with laundry detergent. The thing with the pods is if they get even slightly damp, the outer plasticky style casing tears or rips or dissolves. Dissolve is actually what it does. And it leaks laundry detergent everywhere, which then in turn activates other pods inside the bag. It's infuriating, it's everywhere, so I've taken them out and I've cunningly wrapped them in a tea towel that I'm going to put out of the way, and that should keep them dry until I'm ready to use them. It didn't work that way though. Dale came home, washed his hands, and instead of using the towel that's on the radiators, he dried his hands on the nearest available thing, which happened to be the tea towel that was wrapped around my laundry pods. I don't get it. Anyway, I mean, I do get it. He used the nearest available thing. And I did the same thing, to be fair, so I can't really blame him, but it was just ironic. The towel was right there, and he grabs the tea towel because I hadn't told him it was like keeping my detergent pods dry. Anyway, onwards and upwards, let's get on with the bedroom. I cannot wait for them to put the air source in because we did redecorate this bedroom. I love the wallpaper, I love the colour scheme, I'm very happy with the bedroom. Unfortunately, where we took the picture rail down and we tried to replace the skirting boards, this room now looks awful because it's not finished. I also didn't get a professional in to fit the carpet. We tried to do that and well, it just doesn't look nice. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look finished. And it's another one of the things that I hide from. My life, I think, would be better every day if I wasn't constantly hiding from the small disasters. And they are only small, and they're not really disasters. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, with what's happening in the world, my bedroom, my housekeeping is not really a disaster. But in my head, in my world, it's very overwhelming. It's just too much. The first thing I see when I wake up in the morning is the fact that my paper has moved on the wall, the skirting boards don't fit, the carpet's not right, and I'm already in kind of a sensory overwhelm because it's hot at the minute, but B, visually all I can see is all these little nooks and crannies and things that are wrong with the room, and instantly all I want is the perfection and the beauty that social media has taught me is normal with the world. So I grab my phone, which is on my nightstand, and I start scrolling. I start scrolling at the pretty pictures. I start scrolling at people that have got their lives together. And I disappear from my world of imperfection into a world of perfection. And I know that's only making my life worse because I'm trying to get perfection. That is not real. But you can't have perfection. What we're seeing on social media with these perfect, pristine houses and perfect, pristine lives is damn good lighting, damn good camera angles, and a little bit of work that goes into filming about 3 square metres of someone's home or life. I think a lot of these fitness people have also proven that with good lighting, a bit of posing, you can actually take a normal looking body to a 6-pack ripped, like pristine body. And it's just not reality. Some people are even using filters to make these bodies look more perfect. And it's the same for housing. If I spend all my time and effort making one tiny area of my house look perfect so I can clean it, I also could have the Pinterest ready, Instagram perfect home. And none of you would ever know that the rest of my house wasn't hiding this epic disaster. And I'm sure it is the same for the rest of us. You know, our houses are hiding cobwebs, dust, funny smells, funny noises, a random pair of underwear or socks that have escaped the washer for about 3 months because they sort of slithered under the bed while you weren't looking. Houses aren't perfect, and we do need to stop shaming people who are sharing the fact that perfection isn't real. There are a lot of people being attacked at the minute on social media for sharing houses like mine. And I get it, we do look lazy. But is it the fact that we're lazy? Or are we overwhelmed? Are we overwhelmed by the fact that we want to be perfect and we can't be perfect? And as a result, we're shutting down. Guys, if you are seeing people's homes that are messy, that are overwhelmed, show them support, show them some love, and try and help them become the person they want to be. It's around about this time that interruption number 3 kicks in.
Guys. My laundry, I've literally just started the cycle. You can see how far it is in. It's literally starting to fill water. The soap hasn't even fully dissolved yet. And it's on pause. Why? Because the engineers need to use the water. They couldn't have brought water with them. No, they need to use my water and my electric. So I've had to pause what I'm doing again for engineers. I am sick of this. Every time I try and do anything, even my laundry. And it's, hang on a minute, can you stop? Hey, we're officially halfway through the day. I'm one load of laundry down and I've cleaned my bedroom. Not bad considering I got actually up and active at 8 o'clock. 8. Yeah, I did have to count then. 4 hours to do my bedroom, a load of laundry. Oh, and go and get electric.
Okay, now the engineer that was in the house is gone. I can actually get my kitchen deep cleaned so that the tumble dryer engineer, who should be here anytime between sort of 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock, can actually get in here and do what he needs to do. It really needs doing, this room. Oh, I need a dishwasher in here. I desperately need a dishwasher in here. The saddest part is that some of this washing up has already been done, but because there's a risk that the cat's danced all over it, I am going to wash it up again. We do not need to be in the muck that the cat's put on the sides. So yeah, it's going to get washed again. And I resent doing that, but at least if it stays in the dishwasher or gets put away, that wouldn't happen. And the even worse fact is that some of this washing up is from Sunday. Sunday dinner. It's Tuesday when I'm filming this, guys. Tuesday. It is too much. It's so overwhelming. I can't get it across to you guys just how overwhelming I feel, or how overwhelmed I feel. I literally, like I said earlier, I wake up in the morning and it starts instantly. I don't even have the energy to get out of bed. The overwhelm starts that quick. And I've tried the cleaning routines. I've tried the fly lady. I've tried, I don't know which ones I've tried, but I have tried them. And I did try that list method. Now the lists actually work for me, and it's something I am filming another video on, and it will be something I'm implementing a bit better in my life. But the biggest issue I've got is I work shifts. So I can't have a morning routine because sometimes I literally wake up, shower, out the door, I'm at work. And then I haven't got time to do a morning routine. Sometimes I can finish work as late as like 8:30. By the time I get home, it's almost 9:30. And I haven't got time to do the evening routine. So of course, when I wake up the next morning, I have to combat the evening routine on top of the morning routine. So finding a routine that works, like the fly lady and the organised mama and all those other things, just really don't work in my life. I think those methods work if you may be a stay-at-home mum or you kind of work part-time while the kids are at school. I work full-time now and I'm not sure how to get that to fit into my life.
Guys, so we are now just after midday. Can I zoom out? There you go, now you can see what's going on. I have rebooked the heating engineer for when I can fit him in. I've not done the other bits yet. I'm still waiting in for the repairman. The contractor's here, but I've got to stay in for them. I did nip out quick and get some electric. I am doing the housework, but I've not finished yet, so I'm not going to tick it off. I haven't done the yard work. It has not stopped raining long enough, so that is not going to get done today. I have edited content and I am making content. I'm in a slightly better mood because I've eaten something, so I'm no longer hangry. But I've missed being able to ring the doctors. You have to do that at like 8:30 in the morning to get yourself a telephone appointment. And if you're even 30 seconds past 8:30, you're not getting your doctor's appointment. So that's going to have to wait until my next day off. So we're going to put a nice big fat cross there because you can't get a doctor's appointment. You can only get a callback. And I need the whole day off to wait in for a callback. So that's just going to have to wait for another day. I can't pay rent until I've actually been paid my wages yet. I paid on or around the 5th of each month, and that's not gone into my bank, so I can't do that yet.
Realising that made me depressed, so let's quickly move on.
So I'm just about to start work on everybody's favourite room in the house, Alyssa's room. But the tumble dryer engineer has just phoned and said he is on his way. We'll be here in 10 minutes, so I guess I'm stopping cleaning again to wait for the tumble dryer engineer. No, don't get me wrong, I am very excited the tumble dryer engineer is coming. But again, it's just another way try and get stuff done and I'm interrupted.
Okay, let's recommence cleaning. Why do I keep cleaning in here? I've been asked it many times before, and I've been told I'm encouraging laziness by keep doing this. Well, yeah, maybe I am, maybe it's true, but I do not want my house filthy. I just don't. So I'm going to stay on top of it. When the kids are grown up and they have their own homes, they can run them however they see fit. But while they're under my roof, I will run my home as I see fit. And that does mean that I'm going to get in here when I can be bothered. No one makes demands of me. I do it when I can be bothered. I will clean it. But having the engineers around, they're on the scaffolding, they're looking in. We're having people coming through the house to measure up all sorts of different things. And it's embarrassing. So yeah, I'm going to clean it because I'm embarrassed and it is my home and I don't want it being run in this manner. Now, I am going to be hopefully redecorating because, yeah, maybe if she's got a bed and maybe some storage, she can take more pride in her room, which is my hope. I don't know, I'm just going to have to save to get round to it. And as we said before, we're not going to be doing any redecorating until the air source has been. Be excited for me though. The tumble dryer man has been and has gone. The tumble dryer is repaired. I can use it again. It's safe. And that means that even though it is peeing down with rain outside, still I can get my laundry done. Now that rain should have stopped at about 6 o'clock in the morning, with a small risk of showers just before lunchtime. It hasn't stopped since I woke up at about 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock this morning. So yeah, I am so pleased I've got that dryer fixed. It means I can actually make it through the mountains of laundry I've got to get done. I have never been so happy to have my tumble dryer back. He did give me some bad news though. While he was doing the tumble dryer fixing, my washing machine was running and he noticed it was making the clicky, clicky, clicky noise every time the drum turned, which it's been doing for months. It's never caused a problem. It's never caused any issue. But he offered to have a quick look at it. So I accepted and he pulled the washing machine out and he checked it over. He couldn't find anything wrong with it from like the inside gubbins of it. But as he was sliding it back into place, he noticed it was just sort of leaking a little bit of water. So he paused the cycle and he tipped it back and checked underneath. It was then he found that the chassis, the actual frame of the machine, is cracking. There's like suspension rods at the bottom of your washing machine, or at least there is on mine and my model. There are suspension rods which keep the drum in place and stop it moving around as freely as it would like on a spin or while it's turning. Where the suspension rods are screwed into the chassis, that is where it's cracking. Which means at any point where it's bolted, where the suspension rods are bolted into the chassis, that could break. Just like me here. I did break for a little while, but he has advised that it's probably not safe for me to keep using my washing machine much longer, and I am going to need a new one. So, you know, one door opens, another one slams shut in your face. I also actually finally got paid, but due to emergency tax, I got paid a hell of a lot less than I was expecting, which is infuriating because now it means that I don't get any money for myself, which isn't a big problem. Dell's quite generous with his money. If I need or want anything, he will get it for me. But I would like to have my own money to spend on my own things that I want rather than having to keep asking him, which was the whole point of me going to work full time. But it's worked out that unfortunately, even though I'm working full time, I am actually only earning £200 more than when I was working part time, which is ridiculous because I'm being emergency taxed. Now it will sort itself out, I know that. And I know everything's going to be okay and one day it will all come together. But really, guys, I am genuinely feeling like my life is slipping right off the ledge at the minute. I'll get it back. But for now, I have run out of time to get anything done. I have run out of energy. This is literally what my day off is like, full of interruptions and chaos and just trying to balance everything. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, and I hope you realised that untidy and chaotic is normally the buzzwords for most people's lives. And do you know what? If you can do this every day, work full time and balance your life, please, 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 please let me know how you do it so I can give it a try. It might work for you, it might work for me, but I would love to know how full-time employees balance all this work. So yeah, let me know how you do it. Please let me know how you do it, and I will give it a try and see if it works for me. But for now, bye guys.